There has been a question burning up the internet. And that question is, ladies, would you rather be trapped in the woods with a bear or a man? There was an interviewer who was running around the streets of, I believe, London, England. They all had British accents, okay? I don't know what that was, British accents. And he was asking women on the street that very same question. Would you rather be trapped in the woods with a bear or a man? And every single woman chose bear. Every single woman chose bear, and the internet went wild. Mostly because men on the internet could not believe, could not accept that women would rather take their chances with a wild bear than a man in the woods. And let me tell you something, I'm not surprised. As a woman, I would choose bear. I choose bear too. I choose bear. I get it. 110,000%. The thing is, like, men don't really understand how scary it is to exist as a woman in this world where you are constantly being preyed upon by men, and not just any men, not just some strangers in the street, because yes, it is strangers in the street too, but it's your friends, the people, the dudes you think are your friends, it's your family members, it's your neighbors, it's your teachers, it's your bosses, it's your coaches, and the list goes freaking on. And men really just could not accept that truth that women were trying to share. Do you know, fun fact, Antarctica is one of the most dangerous places on the planet for women. And you wanna know why? It's not because of the wildlife, them crazy penguins. It's not because of the tundra and nature. It's because they are unprotected and alone in the wilderness with men. There are no police stations. There are no laws. I mean, there's laws, but I mean, who's going to enforce them down in Antarctica? Women being raped is a huge issue in Antarctica. Can you imagine? You're a scientist, it's your dream. By the way, it's one of my dreams is to go down to Antarctica. I don't know what it is calling my name. It's always been calling my name. So I would love to do this, but now, I'm thinking twice. Can you imagine if you're a scientist and this is your life's work and you finally make it down to Antarctica? And now you gotta be fighting off some weird ass colleague of yours who doesn't recognize that no is a complete sentence. And if you're unlucky, you won't be able to fight them off. And that is an issue. Just like in the military. It is rape is a major issue in the military. When women are left unprotected, they are vulnerable, and men will take advantage of that. So when women say we choose bear, that's one of the reasons why. And what's wild is that this ignited a fury. Because men online, literally, I mean, there is TikTok after TikTok, reel, short video after short of men being like, oh, well, come on, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. You wouldn't choose a bear. You would choose the bear. You're such a liar. I mean, think pieces. And guys, I want you to look me in my eyes. And I want you to understand that is exactly why we choose bear. Because you will not accept our answers. You will not accept what we say. You are trying to tell us that we don't know how we feel. You don't accept no for an answer. You don't accept rejection. We said we choose bear, and y'all will not accept that. And that, my dears, is why we choose bear. Because the bear will accept my no. I mean, it may not listen because it don't speak English. It might still come with the claw. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, you speak my language and you're still not listening to me. That is the main, it's crazy that your reaction to the question in and of itself answers it. Not to mention the question in and of itself answered it itself as well. Because you, man, put yourself on the same level as a ferocious wild animal. We didn't do that. So you already knew. You already knew when you asked the question. And there's been a lot of, other points that have been made. First and foremost, not being able to accept rejection. Just like I said, we told you we choose bear. You don't want to accept it. Someone said, or a lot of people have said, the worst thing that a bear can do is kill me. If you picking up what they're putting down, the worst thing they will do is kill me. I'm gonna leave it there because I think you can fill in the blizzity blanks. And then people started creating TikToks where they were asking their husbands, asking fathers this question, but using the daughter instead. So they would ask their husband, hey, babe, would you rather our daughter be trapped in the woods alone with a bear or with a man? And suddenly, all of a sudden, these dudes got it. Of course. When it's a tangible example of someone that you care about, of course you understand the threat. There was one guy who, it was so sad to see him. He went from being all happy, yeah, babe, what's the question? And she asked the question, and then, his whole, when he's thinking about it, you can just see his whole demeanor just drop. And one of the questions he asks is, well, do I know the man? Do I know who the man is? And she was like, no. And they focused on the original question. And I just wish she had gone back and said, well, okay, now, if you do know the man, would you still say no? Because he ended up saying no. Of course, he chose bear. He chose bear. Of course, he chose bear. But I wish she had asked that, because I promise you, even if it was from a group of dudes that he knew, he still would be like, no, bear. Okay? Like that basketball video of that guy asking all his basketball teammates, which one of your teammates would you let your sister date? And every single one of them said, absolutely not one of them. But then those are the same dudes who'll be on the internet telling women that we're crazy when we say they were being harassed. It's not all guys. So there was this other video of this dad, and she asks him, and when I tell you, this fool asked 21 questions before he would answer that. And that just tells you, it's like the silence. The nonstop questions to try to rationalize, that's the answer, boo. There was another TikToker, I don't know her name. Hopefully by the time this airs, I will get her name and I can put it in the caption. But she was like, we need to be asking the bear's perspective. She was like, would the bear rather be trapped in the woods with a human woman or with a human man? And she's being facetious, but she's making a clear and valid point. Because most men would be a danger to that bear. Even the burr. Even the grizzly bear. the polar bear, the black bear, the brown bear. Even they're scared of human men.